The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
Welcome to Generations Magazine, the radio show. I am Percy Ihara, your host. We're here, as you know, every Saturday from 5 to 6 and Sundays from 3 to 4. And those of you that do listen, because I'm out and about quite a bit every week at different events, my golf club, my softball teams, the league, the senior league out in Waipio Wednesday mornings. Thank you for listening, because I run into a lot of people. And I know a lot of you are listening because of your parents or your aunties, your uncles, your neighbors. So it's great information. And as you know, you can go to our website, generations808.com, to listen to all our past shows. So like today, this show will be up archived on our website probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. So we're a little lag time to get our engineer and our webmaster hooked up together and then finally posted on our website. I did want to mention that we do have a Facebook page. So I did not know. You have to like my page to follow us. So please like us. You can go to our website and like us there, or go to just Google, or not Google, Facebook, put Generations Magazine. You can put my name, Percy Ihara, with an I. And you can go on that page and you can find us there. But our website has all our archived radio shows from the very first one we had with Edgy Lee. In fact, Edgy Lee has an article in our magazine about the prescription drug problem here in Hawaii. As well, we have a LinkedIn page, so you can follow us there and check out what's going on. And as you know, in our next month issue, we'll have actually the 4 directors of every island's area agency on aging, Kauai, Maui, the Big Island, and Honolulu, because we have 2 new directors for Honolulu, Nancy Aki and Kimo Alameda from the Big Island, the area agency on aging there. So check that issue out. It's going to provide a lot of information on every island if you have a relative or you live on the neighbor islands. Great information about the programs. And we're going to feature a few volunteers out there. So I know the neighbor islands does a great job at having volunteer programs, and because a lot of times the volunteers are seniors themselves. So check that out. As you guys know, on our website as well, we have all our past issues of Generations Magazine archived there, from the very first one in, I believe it was October 2010. It's been 5 years, guys. 2010, our very first cover story was with Kirk Matthews, my buddy there. So, and a shout out to Kirk if you're listening there. Anyway, today we're going to talk about our new business partner in Generations Magazine, Kathy Wyatt from Hale, Hau'oli. So welcome to the show, Kathy.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad I met you. I'm glad we got hooked up because of John McDermott.
Yes.
From the Ombudsman's office. Kind of network and got us together. So I'm glad I met you. I'm glad you're a business partner. And for those of you who do not know John McDermott is the head of the Long-Term Care Ombudsman's office, which actually what they do is they're supposed to do the inspections of all the facility, nursing homes, skilled care, and some of the care homes. And if you have an issue or a complaint, that's where you go to. And so you can call the Executive Office on Aging's office, 586-0100, or you can Google Long-Term Care Ombudsman Office, John McDermott, and you can find his number there. Anyway, Kathy, welcome to the show. Now, you have the newest adult day center here in Honolulu.
I believe I do.
Yeah. And it's located in?
Aiea, in the Mary Salvio Medical Plaza.
Right, a new building that was there for many years. They just renovated it. And it's actually, how do you find that it's kind of just up the street from the restaurants over there.
Restaurants, cattle company.
Cattle company, yeah.
Cattle company right across the street, yeah.
Right, oh, good. And so, Kathy, you have a lot of experience in the aging field. Give our listeners out there your background and also why you decided to open this facility.
Okay. I've been a nurse for 24 years, and 15 of those years has been devoted to long-term care. I started nursing as a in a nursing home as a DON, and I'm a certified director of nursing and long-term care.
That DOM is
Director of nursing. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm also a licensed nursing home administrator, and I'm certified to run care homes and ARCH.
ARCH is?
Adult residential care homes. So
No,
it's a little bit higher level of care.
Yeah, the reason why I say that, when I got in this business 11 years ago, a lot of the people in our senior community would mention all these acronyms, and there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like EOA, Executive Office and Aging, EAD, Elderly Affairs Division. We always use that because the names are so long. So I just want to let our listeners out there understand what those words are and those acronyms are, because when I got in this business, like I said, I had no clue. So when I meet people that are new to the business, I actually ask them, do you know what these acronyms mean? Because if they're new, one of our goals in the magazine, Generations, is to try to provide information to them about all the resources out there, because there are a ton of resources out there. We just got to know where to find them. So Thank you for joining our business as a business partner of Generations Magazine. So you have an extensive experience in nursing, so that's really good for having an adult day center.
Mm-hmm. Well, about a year ago, I became more aware of adult daycare. And I looked at my patients in the assisted living and the long-term care, the nursing homes, and decided that there are a lot of folks that would really rather be home, but they can't be home alone all day long. So adult daycare is just perfect for those folks.
Yeah. And isn't that a growing area for us baby boomers that have to worry about our parents?
Yes, I've got some statistics about that. First of all, let me tell you, adult daycare is not just for seniors that are debilitated. It's also a place for socialization for folks that are alert and oriented. But we offer different levels of activities for different levels of cognition or whatever.
Right. And actually, a lot of them are, I think you told me the other day that you want to change it to the Hau'oli Social Club, right?
Yeah. I had one lady call that she and her sister are both in their late 70s, and they were looking for a place to have fun. So I said, well, this is the place to come. It's not just for somebody to drop their folks off and spend the day. It's for people to have a good time.
Right. And a lot of people don't know what goes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, you have a beautiful place we'll talk about in a little bit, but a lot of people don't really have a concept, or maybe they do, but not quite. So I always encourage people to go visit properties, right?
I encourage people to come and visit me anytime they want to.
Yeah.
I've visited several places before I designed my place, and took pieces of everything and then added to what I was looking for in my vision. And
you, in caregiving and just dealing with our parents are so important today, and it's very costly. I know you brought some statistics from a meeting last night, actually, right?
Yeah, and from your magazine as well.
Oh, okay.
In Hawaii, well, the national average for adult daycare is $16,900 a year. Hawaii's $18,000 to $19,000. But compared to home health aides that people want to hire, they charge $52,000 to $57,000. So adult daycare saves $34,000 to $38,000 for that venue. Assisted living facilities, which people think is the next step from instead of adult daycare, assisted living, those run from $50,000 to $57,000, which is a $32,000 to $38,000 savings if you go to adult daycare instead. Plus, the kupuna want to stay home in their communities and with their families, and adult daycare center gives them that ability.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, I speak around town quite a bit, and I was talking to a bunch of insurance people yesterday, and 90%, if not more, want to be able to stay in a home, but sometimes that's not always possible. And I think people need to realize that you can pay a home care certified nurse's aide or assistant $22 to $25 an hour, but you're entrusting that person who you just met to take care of the parents. And that's just, to me, we have a number of home care people in our magazine, and to me, that's a scary thought.
I agree.
Yeah. And so isn't the adult day center a better alternative sometimes? Plus, it's safe.
Well, you know that they're safe in a professional. They're being taken care of by professionals. The person that you don't know is not in your home alone with your senior.
And all your stuff,
all your belongings,
your belongings and your maybe financial paperwork and
Right.
maybe some money and some credit cards. And that's a scary thought.
Yeah.
I mean, we see more and more situations and things in the news about, caregivers ripping off their clients.
and abuse and other things like that.
Yeah,
too.
besides physical abuse, or not even worrying about. They don't even take care of them. They don't turn them. They're not paying attention. I've had complaints about the caregivers on the phone all day long, using my long distance because they're on the landline. Don't show up. For a lot of times, if that caregiver doesn't show up, a lot of companies cannot find somebody immediately to take that person's place.
Right.
So it's really important to understand that, so that instead of paying $22 to $25 an hour, sometimes minimum 2 or 3 hours a day, minimum, they're not going to come for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it more economical to go to look at an adult day center?
Well, yes, the average for per day is about $65.
Yeah.
On Hawaii.
And that includes a meal and a snack probably too.
Meal and 2 snacks.
Well, 2 snacks.
Or if they want more to eat, there's other snacks too. Yeah.
And hopefully they're healthy, right?
The healthy snacks. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be approved by the people that certify it adult daycare.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Adult day centers have to have
They have to have they have to offer nutritional snacks.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So they can't eat malasadas all day long.
No, only the boss can.
So you have and let the people know you have a brand new facility. You just built that one out.
Yes, I did. I renovated. Well, I guess I gutted and renovated 3 spaces in the medical plaza to accommodate my space.
And you're on the 2nd floor. And when they walk in, what do they see?
Bright and shiny, and comfort and relaxing colors. I chose to make my facility look more home-like. So I used real dining room tables and chairs.
Yes.
I have really comfortable recliners for everybody.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, you want to go visit Hau'oli there in Aiea, Pro City. And is it Pro City, Waimalo?
We're right across the street from Pearl City. We're in Aiea.
Oh, okay, yeah. That I always wondered. Now, so Waimalu, where's Waimalu?
That's just south of us.
Okay, so
and down the street.
It's actually like across the street is Aiea, and you're on the Pro City side.
I'm on the Aiea side.
Aiea side,
yeah,
okay.
Cattleman's is Pro City.
Okay, but it's a brand new facility, so you got to check it out. You have nice couches, recliners, and then you have a bathroom area. You have a small dining area. You have a social area.
We have a shower room and a laundry room. If someone needs us to give their loved one a shower.
And so for a lot of there are differences between adult day centers, right?
Yes.
So explain that to our listeners out there.
Well, first of all, most adult daycare centers don't have nursing on board.
That's absolutely true. There's actually, isn't the difference is called adult day center versus an adult health?
Adult day health centers are a lot more regulated, and that does take care of seniors that have more physical issues. They also give meds and injections, and we do not.
Right, but you're an RN, so
I am an RN. Yes,
but are you allowed to give medications?
No, according to regulations,
facility cannot.
Right, we're allowed to remind the clients to take their medications. So we keep them locked up for them, and then offer them to them at the time when it's time to take them.
Right.
And then they have to be, if they're diabetic, they have to be able to give their own injections and do their own blood sugars.
Is that a common thing, though, you think you see in facilities? Would you have
in adult daycare, yes.
Yeah. And so what are some of the 10 or 5 benefits of choosing an adult day center versus staying at home?
Isolation and loneliness are debilitators.
And very common. Living at home when seniors live it. That's one of the first questions I ask. Is your mom or dad by themselves?
Yeah.
A lot of them are.
Well, most of the people that come to talk to me about their folks and the possibility of bringing them to the facility say that all they do all day long is sit in front of the television. And that's so sad. It's mindless, doing nothing. So, statistics have shown that adult daycare or facilities like that can prolong decline, can prolong institutionalizing them because they're active, they're social, they're getting exercise every day, which they don't when they stay home alone. They meet new friends. They have a reason to get up in the morning and go somewhere. It's very beneficial for them to have something to do with other people.
Yeah, and you're coming from the skill and nursing side. Isn't it better to get them into adult day center now before they need that skilled care?
I think so, yes, because it would prolong the need to go into a skilled nursing facility.
Yeah. And what are some of the families when they finally decide to bring their parents to your property? What do they say?
They're relieved because they see how happy their loved ones are when they leave the building in the afternoon. I have one lady that really didn't want to come to begin with. Now she wants to know when she can come back. So they get excited. I want them to feel like we're their Hanai family when they're not at home. And we're developing that with our clients.
Yeah, it's so important. We're here with Kathy Wyatt from the Hale, the newest adult day center in Honolulu, Hawaii. Hau'oli there in Pro City at the Mary Savio building. So, Kathy, what would you tell somebody when they come in? I'm not sure about my mom. She's kind of stubborn, or dad, about maybe taking the leap to look into the property. What would you tell them? Like, they don't want to get out of the house. They're comfortable at home, and they're not very social.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I offer a 4-hour free trial.
Oh, that's great.
Unfortunately, a lot of people have the concept that an adult daycare is equivalent to a nursing home, and that there's a lot of reluctance about thinking about going into a nursing home. So it's going to take a lot of education to get the kapuna to understand that you're not coming to be warehoused. You're coming to have fun and be social.
Yeah, it's really important. I was telling Mike Buck on the radio show that my good friend of mine's mother, who has early signs of Alzheimer's, he's having a hard time leaving her home by herself. And I said, maybe look at an adult day center. He goes, oh, she won't go for that. I mean, she's not very social. And I said, just let her check it out. So he went to her property, and he spent a couple she looked around, see if she knew anybody, what are they doing? And so she left me. He left her there for half a day. I think it was 3 or 4 hours, like you said. And then came back, picked her up, and went home. And the next morning, she said, are we going to go back? Like, she wanted to go back. Mm-hmm. And it was just something, I mean, I'm sure they're going to find some people their age, obviously. Maybe some of the same issues of their health.
Mm-hmm. And memory.
And memory, right? But, that's a good question. Do you take adults with some memory issues? Yes,
I have Alzheimer's and dementia folks.
And so how does that work with their social network, their socialness of being a property, and how do you handle those? You're an RN, so you're pretty trained, but
yeah, and my staff is trained with the elderly as well. Our activities are geared for different levels of ability, so everybody doesn't have to do the same thing. If they can't do one thing, they can do something else with another staff member. But I'm finding that even the folks with dementia get involved with the folks that don't have dementia. Like, we played chair volleyball, and two of the ladies, one of them was 93 and the other one was 87.
Wow.
And apparently they played a lot of volleyball when they were younger, and they really got into that game with the other folks. It was hysterical.
I think you told me yesterday, but I heard the story, but another couple was playing with a balloon, but you're saying with a ball.
This was a beach ball.
Wow.
Yeah. And we were laughing so hard. And we took them bowling. Most of the folks had never been bowling before.
Really?
So they set the lane up like they do for children with the gutter guards, and then they have a ramp for the ball if they can't roll the ball themselves. Right. And they just had so much fun. One of them said he's not a sportsman. He doesn't want to do it. He won. He got a strike. It was so much fun. But we do a lot of laughing. And I think the laughter engages the folks even with memory problems.
Oh, get your endorphins moving, get your blood flow moving, and I mean, laughter to me is one of the best medicines there are out there.
Yes.
You know, I deal with seniors all day long, and when I go home, I want to watch some humorous stuff. I don't like this serious stuff, so I love. You know, I'll be honest with you, one of my favorite shows I DVR. It's called The Newlywed Game. Remember that show? You ever, Leah, our young engineer here, you ever saw The Newlywed Game? Oh, she's like 20-something. She's never
Not old enough.
Can you imagine? Not even you go on your TV, or if you have a DVR, or just look in your channel directory for Newlywed Game. It's relatively new. I mean, they have new shows. In other words, it was done in the 60s and 70s or 50s. I think it stopped around the 80s or 90s, but they brought it back this recently, and it is hilarious. It is hilarious. So that's one of my favorite shows. Yeah. But I did see. Once in a while, they'll put something from the 60s and 70s, a Newlywed Game, and it's hilarious. In fact, I don't know if you guys know, but Tom Selleck was on that show, the Magnum PI guy. He was on that show. As a newlywed? I'm sorry, thinking about the other one, the Dating Game.
Oh,
the
dating game.
My other favorite game, the Dating Game.
I missed
my
that
God. Yeah, he was on a Dating Game. No, but the Newlywed Game is pretty funny. But where were we going with this? But I think
laughter.
I think humor is so important. And, you know, the social contact they have. So like you said, so gosh, bowling? I didn't even think you guys went bowling. When you said excursions, bowling, wow.
We also have bowling on the Wii game.
Oh.
So they practiced on that.
Oh, really? You practiced on that?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, next time you go bowling, let me know. I'll come out.
Okay.
I used to bowl a lot before. But I think bowling is great besides tennis. But, I mean, if you have issues with mobility, it might be harder. But so what are some of the other activities you guys do over there?
We do with the Wii machine, which is a wonderful invention. I wish I had thought about it. We play Family Feud.
Family Feud is another good show.
The Price is Right.
When I'm at home, I like reality show a little bit, but man, that Family Feud is pretty funny.
I'm not a fan of reality shows. I'm sorry about that. But with The Price is Right.
Oh,
Wheel of Fortune.
Leah, you ever saw Price is Right? Leah's our young engineer here. Price is Right. Oh, back in the day, it is hilarious.
It really is. But they really get into it. Even the folks with dementia, the Family Feud thing, their memory is triggered with some of the words.
Oh.
We do another mind developing thing is Pictionary.
Oh, I see.
And some of the drawings are pretty obnoxious, but one of the girls drew a hippopotamus. I thought it was a pig.
Well, if I drew it, it wouldn't be a hippopotamus.
But everybody laughs so much because we're having so much fun competing and thinking about what could that possibly be, and they coordinate with each other and try to think about what it is.
Wow, you guys are so busy over there. Do you have a nap time?
After lunch, we have a grace period. Yeah.
Well, because I know preschool, when my son was in preschool, they had to have a nap time.
Yeah.
They were always out in the field running around, but also you do have a nap time.
We have a nap time. We turn on either an old movie or soft music, and we turn lights down, close the blinds, and right after lunch for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then once a week we have Namaste.
What is that? I know that's a Japanese term for.
It's a relaxing, feel-good thing. I really can't explain exactly what it is. What we do is we turn the lights down, play very soft Hawaiian music. We do hand massages, feet massages.
Oh, yeah.
And we have lavender scents going on.
It's
and
like
they love
kind of a spiritual relaxation time kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I know some facilities do light massaging because it does stimulate relaxation.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw that at one of the Alzheimer's facilities. Do you think you're going to see? I mean, I know that there's a great increase of people having Alzheimer's, but do you think that is a safe enough place to have Alzheimer's patient at a facility, adult day center?
Yes, it's secure. The staff, there's a ratio of one staff member for every 6 clients.
Wow,
and we're all in the same area. I mean, everybody's moving around all the time, so there's no danger of falling because we're right there with them. There's no danger of going out the front door. So it is very safe.
Wow. And how big is that? How big is your place? Is it 2,000 square feet?
It's about a little over 2,000 square feet.
Wow. And it has capacity for how many people?
40 folks.
40 people. Wow. But I know I saw you only opened last month and you already have clients already, several clients. But so on a tour, if somebody's interested, what number do they call and what goes on with the tour?
Well, the phone number is 798-8706. And when they come in for a tour, I show them around. I show them the bathrooms that we had to build bathrooms in our facility because it's required. You can't use public
Right,
restrooms.
right.
The activities area and dining area, the shower room, the laundry room. We have a little kitchenette that we don't cook in because we contract with Lanakila. And then in my office is in the back. And I show them the different areas. We have an area in the front for exercise in the morning. We have
I saw that. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And then we have an area that's for relaxing and reading. There's a small TV in that area because one of the gentlemen likes to watch a soap opera.
I know you told me.
And
that,
nobody
right.
else watches them. So he goes down there by
Really?
himself and watches his soap opera. And you can also, if you want to read a book, if you want to do crossword puzzles and is it Sudoku?
Sudoku, I think.
Sudoku, I can't pronounce it. They can do that if they want to. Nobody's required to do any of the activities that we offer. We invite them to. We encourage them to participate, and all of them do.
Most of them do, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they want to do an alternative, we have alternative activities for them. Or if they want to choose to read a book, that's fine too.
So I'm assuming all your clients are dropped off and picked up by the children?
Yes.
Wow. That's
Well, one
amazing.
brother, one sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Are they healthy enough? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and that, for you listening out there, that's the biggest trend I see is the baby boomers dropping off their parents and picking them up after work. You know, so I'm sure you know all your clients, but how many of them do all of them live in that area, or do some of them work in that area?
One family lives in Waikiki,
Really?
but she works in the area. So she brings her mom with her in the morning and drops her off.
Wow, and the rest live in the area.
And then I have somebody from Eva.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they must work in the area then.
they do.
Oh,
I think they work downtown.
Oh, in town.
And they drive by on the way downtown. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's like your new facility.
Yeah. But most of the folks are from the area.
Yeah. Wow, it's interesting. How interesting.
Yeah.
And I love you have a mobile website, Hau'oli, and I know that's a very popular name, but you'll say Adult Day.
Adult daycare.
Yeah, ADC, or just Google it, and you can see the website on there. And so, what do you think the average age of somebody that will go to an adult day center?
Well, right now I have folks from 64 to 93.
64.
Yeah.
That's young.
Yeah, there's a disease process going on with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so, do you think you can see more younger clients?
I don't think so.
No, probably not.
It's special circumstances like this person, but most of them are going to be probably 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Well, with everything going healthier, hopefully it's going to be at a later age because,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have health issues at 70s, gosh, I mean, you're going to have health issues for a long time. Because
Right.
Even though you have health issues, you can live a lot longer today with all the medications and better doctors and technology. So it's really, really important. We're here with Kathy Wyatt from the newest facility, Adult Day Center in Aiea, Pro City area, Hau'oli. Again, real quick before we're going to take a short break, but Kathy, give us our phone number if somebody has to run off.
Okay, 798-8706.
Or you can Google on your smartphone, Hau'oli, and you can find all the information there. But we're talking about adult day centers here, and if you read our last issue, which we're running out very quickly of, the Generations magazine, the June-July issue features the baby boomers facing the big challenge. There's the sandwich generation. So for you baby boomers out there that maybe looking for an alternative to having your parents being watched over, adult day centers is a great option for you. And if you work or live in a Pro City IA area, the newest property there in the Mary Savio building is Hau'oli. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Hallelujah! Today's devotion is entitled, Set Me Free to Follow You, from Colossians 2:28. See to it that no one takes you captive through philosophy and empty deception, according to the tradition of men, according to the elementary principles of the world, rather than according to Christ. Had Jesus followed the traditions of men, he would never have talked to the immoral Samaritan woman. In doing so, he would have broken at least 3 cultural taboos. My Japanese culture can also hinder my walk with God. Such concepts as obligation to return gifts, shame about what others think, and holding back, not being honest about what I really want. To break free of my cultural baggage, I must allow God's Word to transform my mind to think and act according to God's ways. This is Russ Higa, pastor of Streams of Life Fellowship in Manoa Valley, with the Word of the Week.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Simplify your life by opening a My Social Security account. What's My Social Security? It's a secure, online account that allows you immediate access to your personal Social Security information. During your working years, you can use My Social Security to view your Social Security statement, to check your earnings record and see estimates of the future retirement, disability, and survivor benefits you and your family may receive. If you receive benefits, you can get a benefit verification, check your benefit and payment information, change your address and phone number, and even change your direct deposit information. Open a My Social Security account today and simplify your life. Just visit www.socialsecurity.gov/myaccount. While you're online, check out all the other things you can do at www.socialsecurity.gov.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy Ihara from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690 The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
Welcome back to Generations Radio. I am Percy Ihara, your host. Whether you're listening to us Saturday or Sunday, welcome to the show. As you know, Generations Magazine is a resource magazine, so please keep all the information. You can look at us online at generations808.com or pick up a hard copy, printed copy at one of our over 100 locations. Easy locations is a library in your neighborhood. We're at over 48 libraries statewide. So if you're listening to us on the neighbor islands, check out the local library. As well as the YMCA's Big City Diner here, Vacations Hawaii, most of the nursing facilities and hospitals, your doctor office, we mail out over 2,000 copies of doctors and dentist offices statewide. You can subscribe, by the way. For simply $2 an issue or $12 a year, you can subscribe. So we do have a form in the magazine, or you can go to Generations 808 and subscribe there, or send me an email, percy@generations808.com. If you work in the field, we do look for business partners all the time, people that want to give back and learn, but also network with our industry, but also provide information to our seniors out there. For a lot of you guys know, all our advertisers are vetted, And all our writers are vetted as well to make sure that we write really good resourceful information and not to write about themselves. So that's one of the great things about what we do here, Kathy. We're here at Kathy Wyatt from the Hau'oli, the newest adult day center in Pro City. But before we get started, I did want to tell you our big Aging in Place workshop is coming up August 15th at the Alamana Hotel. We'll be there from like about 8 o'clock to 2:30. I know we've been getting a lot of calls. It is a free event. You do not have to RSVP. You do not have to select any of the presentations now. Just show up in the morning, come early, park in the center. But every hour we switch out. So make kind of design which presentations you do want to see. If there are presentations that are at the same time, please go back to that room, and there's going to be hard copies of their presentation of all the presenters. The big topic this year is Alzheimer's. We're going to have Dr. Kamal Masaki and Dr. Corey Liao speaking about the different issues of Alzheimer's, including Pamela Ani from the Alzheimer's Association, talking about behaviors and communications of Alzheimer's and dementia. As well, we're going to have a room for legal and financial issues. We're going to have ARP is bringing speakers to talk about caregiving and home modifications. We'll also have Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid people will be there talking about the different programs. David Nakamajo, my friend, talking about fall prevention. Diane Cadena, our personal trainer in the magazine, on active aging, how to stay in shape. And then Trisha Medeiros, which will be a really popular presentation. She is from the Plaza Assisted Living Properties. She'll be talking about the senior living options. In other words, all the facilities on Oahu and on our neighbor islands, about the differences between all the CCRs, as we call them, but assisted living properties, which is really, really important to really kind of understand what's going on out there. For those of you that love Dr. Shintani or have seen Dr. Shintani's presentation, he will be back again this year talking about different ways to reverse aging with nutrition. It's very, very important. Then we have one of our most popular presenters, Cynthia Arnold, talking about decluttering. Huge population have an issue with that. Whether you have a garage full or a whole house full, decluttering is very important. And actually, believe it or not, we taped the last 2 years, all the presenters, and we put them on our website. So if you want to go back to generations808.com, look for our AIP presentations, Aging in Place, and declutter video was by far double the views of any other presenter, including Social Security and Medicare, which typically has a couple hundred at least viewed. They had over 400 views. So it shows you how important this is. So please check that out. You can probably go to their website, declutterhawaii.com or seniormovemanager.com, but that is by far the biggest problem. You know, that's why I built 2 outdoor sheds for my wife to stuff stuff inside. And it's not full yet, but I'm trying to get more stuff outside. But yeah, we just collect stuff. I mean, everybody does. I mean, I got stuff from high school, not a whole lot, a couple boxes of it, but just people collect stuff. So it's important whether you're a senior or you're a baby boomer. If you want to come for the information, please do reserve that date, August 15th, Saturday at the Alamana Hotel. We're going to have in the magazine it says 45 exhibitors, probably over 60 to 70 exhibitors. And Hau'oli will be there, the newest adult day center in Pro City. So Kathy, we were talking early on the show in the first half about caregiving hours and the amount of dollars spent. It's a huge number, isn't it?
There's approximately 154,000, probably more, caregivers in Hawaii.
Yeah, I've heard actually over 250,000
really
caregivers in Hawaii.
And then they put in about 144 million hours of care.
Yeah, unpaid caregiving hours is huge,
care, which is over $1 billion.
But the other statistic you mentioned to me earlier before we started was that 80% are still working.
80% of those caregivers are working.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why it's important for everybody to understand adult daycare, assisted living, the differences, and what most of the majority of the old folks want to stay home. They want to stay in their community with their families if they can. And that's why adult daycare gives them such a good opportunity to stay home with their families for the important times, and then during the day the families can have a respite and do what they need to do
while they're working.
Right.
Because they can't take off work all the time.
Right.
It's really important for you guys out there listening. If you have parents that are aging, where if you're in your 50s, 60s. I mean, I had a guy come to my workshop last year. He was 72. I said, did you find things that you really could use? He goes, yeah, I found a lot of stuff for my dad. So your dad, yeah, he's 98 years old, still running around. He had to find information for his dad.
Wow.
And that's kind of a growing trend. We see a lot of more people living longer, and actually they're healthier than ever. It's just, I wouldn't say it's a phenomenon. We've been seeing it for years. Just finally we're realizing that, yeah. I mean, we had Chief Justice Ronald Moon on it and here a couple months ago, and he was talking about his mother who's in his 90s and still alive and kicking. He talked about his mom. So it's important isn't it so important for our baby boomers to understand and look at and go visit properties?
Yes. Well, and you also need to understand that it's not just for the people that work; it's for the people that stay at home with their old folks, loved ones. That they need respite too. They need a break from their caregiving responsibilities every once in a while as well.
Oh yeah. Every time I find out somebody's caring for somebody, I say you need to have respite.
Yeah.
Because if you go down, who's to care for your loved one there?
Exactly.
A friend of mine was talking about his girlfriend's caring for the mom. And I said, you got to be careful because if she goes down, are you going to help out your girlfriend's mother? I don't think so if you're still working.
Yeah.
And it affects the work hours, affects your vacation time.
Right.
All of the above, and people got to be proactive. And that's one of the things I always been advocating is be proactive and look at it, because at some point down the road, it's probably going to be a very good option for a lot of families, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if you keep your loved ones active and socialized, they tend to leave you alone a little bit more. They've got their friends and their outlet during the day. So when you come home, they've had a great day. They're tired. They eat dinner, and they're not going to be. How do I want to put that? Anyway, they're taken care of. They're happy and they're content, and they won't be as much of a problem.
A problem, a burden. It's really going to affect their lives. I mean, several years ago, I don't remember this, I would guesstimate must have been about 2008, 2009. An advertiser at the time did 2 front page cover stories on the graying of Hawaii. It was the first 2 Sundays in December. I believe it was 2008, 2009. And it had several pages about aging. And I saw that I was actually quoted for one of the stories about aging. And I found out later on that it was because of my client's mother. So my client's daughter, who worked at the advertiser, and she kept on taking off work to take care of mom. Mm. And then one of the other editors at the advertiser, same thing, was taking off work to take care of the mom. So they thought, man, if it's happening to us, it's happening to a lot of people, right. Isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's so important to that, like I said, you're a nurse, the respite and the caregiver needs to be healthy as well.
Right.
Yeah. So what are some of the fun, what are some of the other fun things? Now, excursions. Now, how often do they go on excursions?
We go out twice a month.
Twice a month?
Yeah.
Wow. So bowling's one of them?
Bowling's one of them. I ask them weekly if they have thought of anything else they'd like to do for an excursion. So this week, one of my clients came up with swimming. So I'm going to check out the local swimming holes. I'm not sure what, YMCA or whatever is available, and get permission from the families, of course. They have to agree to let them go.
Right.
And do some water aerobics and just have a good time for a couple of hours at the swimming pool. I have one gentleman that wants to learn how to use the computer. So we've started giving him lessons on the computer on an iPad. Mm-hmm. So I think iPads are going to be the way to go because they're light. AARP has come out with one that is very user-friendly for the older folks.
Specifically for seniors.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm excited. I just heard about that last night, so I'm looking forward to learning more about that.
Yeah.
I'd like to have those in my facility.
Do you have like videos and things like that?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Oh,
I can get anything.
That's another thing. I watch Netflix a couple times.
The Andy Griffith Show. I mean, it's the corniest thing in the world, but they love it.
I'll tell you, it's real basic common sense stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Leah, our young engineer here, have you seen Andy Griffith's show? A little bit, maybe. Probably no, you haven't seen
Dick
that
Van
show.
Dyke.
Oh, those shows. You got to go back. And yeah, for even our listeners, I know all our listeners have seen those shows. Leah's 20-something, our engineer here. But yeah, those shows are so funny. And
They're simple,
pure
clean,
humor.
and pure.
Yeah, clean humor.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were talking about some of your clientele, and you kind of surprised me how many, your clientele, you said one lives in Waikiki and one lives in Eva Beach.
Yes.
Explain again to our listeners that maybe didn't catch it in the first half of the hour.
Well, the family that lives in Waikiki works in the area, so she drops her mom off
As she
then,
go to work?
As she goes to work, and then picks her up in the afternoon. The one in Eva, they work in downtown, so they just bring them by on the way downtown.
Actually, you're kind of close to the highway too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And so you're in a Mary Salvio building. And I like the fact that you say you can just drop them off.
Yes, if they'll call me when they enter the parking deck, I'll walk out to the door and get their.
Oh, so they go up to the second floor.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have an entrance on the second. I did not even know you had an entrance on the second.
Yeah, there's
floor.
an entrance on the second floor. You just pull up to the door. I come out and help them out of the car and escort them into the building. And you don't have to park. You don't have to pay for parking. It's very convenient.
Well, one thing convenient I found, you're very close to the elevator.
Yeah, we're the first business in that hallway.
Yeah, because that hallway is long.
It is long.
My accountant used to be in that office on the second floor like yours is at. And as I was walking out looking for your sign, like it's right there, right by the elevator. Yeah. So it's great. So how do people pay for the adult day centers?
Most of it is out of pocket.
Private pay.
I understand that some of the long-term care insurance companies cover adult daycare.
Right.
And I understand that Medicaid covers some adult daycare.
And so how do people pay? Daily, weekly, monthly? Is
Monthly.
there a contract?
There's not really a contract, but what I ask them to do is I send them a calendar for the upcoming month. They tell me, they write down the days they're going to be there, and then they pay the first of the month, the first of the upcoming month.
Okay. And you're not open weekends yet, but you are planning to open weekends and holidays.
If there's a need, I'll be open on weekends and holidays.
Good.
Yeah.
And so you have a limit for 40 people. So you still have got room. And what times do you operate for?
My published hours are 8 to 5, but I have early drop off as early as 6 a.m. and I have two ladies that come in.
Comes at 6 a.m.
One at 6 and one at 6:30.
Wow.
And then we're late pickup is as late as 7 p.m.
Well, that's great for people that got to go to work.
And sit in that traffic on H1
Well,
every
hopefully they
afternoon.
live in the area.
Yeah.
But actually, the traffic's not that bad now because they have the extra lane that when they, on the, above the highway, they built a separate lane that goes to Waipahu area. So it's a little bit cleared up, a little bit better.
A little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still a little bit better than before.
Yeah. But a lot of people just can't get there at 5 o'clock.
Right.
So it's not fair for them to be stressing because they're not picking them up at 5 o'clock. So I give them leeway.
Yeah. Do you think the location is really that one of the most important things?
I think
for any
so.
adult day center?
I'm located in a really nice shopping area for the convenience of the caregivers. So before they pick them up in the afternoon, they can stop at the grocery store or whatever and then pick them up. The building has an urgent care and all sorts of doctors.
Yeah, that building is known for all the doctors. So what's the benefit of that?
The benefit is if the client, and a couple of my clients have been referred to by their doctors in the building, if they have an appointment at their doctor in the building, I'll escort them to the doctor so the caregiver doesn't have to get off work, come and pick them up at home, take them to the doctor, and go back to
You're
work.
a smart lady there, yeah.
So I thought it's convenience for the caregiver as well as the adult. I mean, as well as the kupuna.
Yeah, it's so important, guys out there, if you're listening, to get your parents, social club, right? The
social club.
Hau'oli, the social club. I was talking to Mike Buck, and he goes, "Yeah, that's really, really important, isn't it? Just get them stimulated, and at some point they might even see somebody they know in there that live in the area." Yeah. So, what do you think the family needs to know about Hau'oli, the differences and everything?
The difference is I'm the RN and the director and owner.
Yeah, you're an RN. That's really, really important, Kathy.
My staff has been working with the senior population for, I've been in it for 15 years. One of them has been in it for 10 years, and one has been in it for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we know we have the compassion and the enthusiasm to work with them. It's just, I want my clients to feel like we're their Hanai family when they're not home. I don't know if I already said that or not, but it feels like that already. It's just we're really close with them. When they come in the mornings, they've got smiles on their faces, and we're saying, "Uncle Fred," or something like that, or whoever's coming in. But it's just a fun atmosphere. It is safe and it's stimulating. Some of the games we play, I didn't mention this earlier. Keeping the mind going, it helps with deterioration of memory and whatever. Yes. We have these intricate pictures that have hidden items in them. And one of the exercises in the afternoons is for them to locate these items. And believe it or not, even the folks with the dementia can find the items. And sometimes they need a little help, but they still find them. The Pictionary is a mind-stimulating game. They have another paper game that they do. But it's just, we try to keep them stimulated and active and happy and just having fun. And you play volleyball over there. We play chair volleyball. We do chair hula lessons because one of my staff members is in a halal. Is it halal? Halal. Yeah. They love that. Even the guys. We do the chair exercises in the morning, and we do walks in the afternoon, and even walks. Where do you walk to? We walk around the building. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So we just have fun, and it's my staff said I can't think of a better job. All I do is play all day, so so they're very happy too. So that makes it a big difference. And they probably don't give attitude like young kids. So. No attitude at all. No. Because I think people know I have a young son, 10 years old, and he's slowly getting to that stage where attitude is going to become an issue with us trying to control him and making sure he does what we ask him to do. Yeah. And I told him the other day I'll tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm not going to tell you 3 times. If I have to tell you a third time, that iPad's gone for a week. Ew, that hurts. Oh, yeah. Well, it's interesting. We coach this baseball team, and every week or so, somebody goes, oh, yeah, I lost my iPad for a week. So I said, tell my son, see, Zach, you don't behave. The iPad's gone. Jace has lost his iPad for a whole week, So, but yeah, that's one thing I love about working with seniors is the companies and the people we work in this industry have compassion. Right. And it's so important because that is somebody's grandparent. It is so important, and our clientele is so appreciative for our industry. Isn't it so true? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so last words, we got to get out of here pretty soon. Any last words you want to let people know? We're here with Kathy Wyatt from Hau'oli, the newest adult day center in Pro City. The staff is compassionate and they're patient. If the client takes an hour to eat lunch, they take an hour to eat lunch. There's no rush. There's no hidden agenda that we have to get you to do this. No, they do what they need to do. And it's very relaxing. But when you walk in, you feel at home. It's brand new, guys. Brand new facility. Nice. And the colors are relaxing. The chairs are definitely relaxing. But it looks like, you don't sit in a hard chair all day at home. Right. Most kapuna have recliners. Right. So they come in and they see the recliners. So they can feel at home. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of recliners there. Yeah. One for everybody that comes. Yeah. And then the chairs, the dining room chairs, it's not a plastic table. It's not plastic chairs. It's nice dining room furniture. So, Kathy, again, Hau'oli. You can go on your smartphone, Google them. But your phone number again, Kathy? 798-8706. And the website is hhadultdaycare.com. That's right. Or you can just Google Hau'oli. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, check her out. If you live in or work in the area, it's probably one of the best places you're going to find out there. And she's now a new business partner in the magazine. Thank you very much. She will be at the AGM Place Workshop August 15th, Saturday at the Alamana Hotel. So really tell your friends, family, it's going to be a busy day. It's a lot of people, so come early. Bring a bento or go to Shirki and buy a bento and come back. But it's a big, big, long day. Don't forget Generations 808 website. And our Facebook page, you got to like us, guys. You just got to like us. I didn't even know you had to like us. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting used to social media. But thank you, Miss Lee. I appreciate all you've been doing. Our stand-in engineer here, as Kim is on way on the mainland. But, guys, hey, every Saturday from 5 to 6, Sunday from 3 to 4 here on AM 690, The Answer. I am Percy Ihara, your host every weekend
Aloha and live well.